Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
Hey everybody, this is the TMG podcast. This is episode 32. It's May 18. This is Carlos, and with me is Will.
Yeah, hello.
And Miggy.
Hello?
And the second week of May. It's freaking hot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hell of
super
hot.
hot.
It's hell of hot. I
I
don't know how
went
people
out
are
and
living
I
there.
got sunburned in the face.
I'm sitting on my laptop doing stuff, my PC doing, work, and I'm getting sunburned. I don't know how
I
that
actually
happened.
had a scare earlier because I had my 360 on to download some shit, and then I kind of forgot it was on. So
Oh shit! I actually had that same worry too because I was thinking of playing XCOM.
Yeah.
And within, and I was running. Wait, I don't have a shirt on. I mean, this is a reason why it's so hot and everything. I should not do that.
Yeah, but so basically my 360 was on the whole day, and I didn't realize it, and then when I went to turn it off, it's really hot, but it seems okay. So
It's alive. At least.
yeah, it's working. I don't think anything problematic. I mean, those things are designed to shut off if it gets unbearably hot, as far as I know. There's an auto heat shut off when it gets too hot.
Oh, well, speaking of Microsoft, we have a lot to talk about.
A lot about, yeah.
Yeah. There's a podcast, anything about everything video games, and it's actually a pretty heavy week. But focused right now on Microsoft mostly because they kind of did another 180, which we'll talk in the second half. I'm actually happy they did that, actually. It's gonna. I can really now say it's now the console war.
Do you think just because they finally got to that?
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a bit. We'll also talk about a little bit of some Watch Dogs. What else we got here? A little bit of Darksiders, because apparently there's a new news about Darksiders. So
a little bit of news, yeah.
A little bit of news, a little bit of glimpse of news to whoever are huge fans of the series and thought it was dead. Well, there's a bit of news about that. But yeah, who wants to start about what they're playing this week? Because it's actually a pretty slow week for me as well, to be honest. I didn't want to. I added a little bit of Diablo 3 here and there because of the weekend event that happened. Because this week Diablo 3 turns 2. It's now 2 years old. I didn't even notice. Apparently, it's been 2 years since Diablo 3 was released. And they had an event where they increased the drop rates for legendary items by 100%.
I probably should have gone and done that, but I just didn't feel like playing. I don't know, the Diablo bug has not come back to bite me yet,
It bit me a bit when I heard about it. I'm like, oh my god, I want legendaries. I played it, I felt it a bit, and then my arm started to hurt. my arm started to hurt, and I'm like, I'll play Hearthstone. From all the fapping, because I'm just literally tapping away constantly. It's crazy. And you add the heat. It's unbearable. So I kind of played that a bit, and then I went to Dark Souls a bit, but again, the heat, the stress, the heat didn't work out. So, but I did play this one game that I kind of want to mention really quick. Of course, Titanfall. I still play every now and then. My point right now for this week is it's kind of not that many people playing.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about that. Is it significantly not? Obviously, it's natural for any game to have a drop-off of players after the first few weeks, but considering Titanfall is the one game I know with a multiplayer campaign, do you think that it's dropped to the point when it might be almost
or it's gonna be hard
unplayable?
No, can you even finish the campaign now, without having to wait, really, really, really?
I haven't tried, but I did just for the sake of mentioning it for the cast. I did try to do a match on the campaign. It took long to the after 7 minutes, I just screw it. So that indication alone means that there's not many people playing campaigns. So people who are jumping in for the first time will have kind of a struggle to experience or enjoy the whatever campaign they actually gave Titanfall. Because that's a big problem. It's not like there's no one playing. It's more like I'm sure they have a community, but now they're now playing the most famous game mode, and they're ignoring the others. Which of course the famous game mode is like attrition, which is pretty much the team deathmatch version of Titanfall. And because when you go to attrition, bam, you're in a game, no problems. But if you go to like hardpoint, which is like the domination mode, or if you go to capture the flag or last titan standing, you will pretty much take 5 minutes to get a game. And I'm kind of concerned about that. What do you think, Will? Is it maybe just too soon? Like I saw an increase of players because the DLC just came out, the map pack, the the $9 map pack that includes 3 maps. Like I saw an increase, but do you think that it being a multiplayer only, a new IP, that building a bigger community, like that would be like in comparison to like Battlefield or Call of Duty? Hello?
Yo.
Oh no, Will's gone.
Will, no!
Huh?
No.
He's gone.
Will.
He's gone.
He's really gone.
He is gone.
God damn. God damn.
I'll keep that question. I'll put that question on hold then. But yeah, Titanfall is definitely there's no players in the game. It's just not compared to like when launched. Like whenever you press that button on any game mode,
so
you'll have a full map.
If you want to play campaign, you really have to play against with people who are also playing campaign.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
You
Like
can't be against people on the same map lang.
No, it's like
that sucks.
The campaign's pretty much like you queuing up for a match, and if there's no opposing team, the game won't start.
That sucks.
There's like so technically that's the big problem right now, because the big reason why you want to play the campaign, it's not really because of the story. It's more like if you do the campaign, you get to unlock the additional Titan armor, the chassis, because there's only 3 in the game. So you have to play one side.
You really need to play the campaign for that to happen. For
yeah.
that to unlock.
Yeah, which kind of sucks for new players. Because if they can't find players to play with, they're going to literally have a hard time like getting to unlock those cores, which sucks. But then again, what do you expect? It's only a multiplayer only game.
Is there a way to unlock those things without playing campaign?
From what I know, so far, no.
Because like in Smash Bros, you can unlock characters just by fighting versus, right? Instead of doing the story mode, you can just like fight 200 matches and unlock Mewtwo or something.
So far, none. And we're talking about it's 2 sides in the campaign. One side is 8 missions, which is pretty much 8 matches, and the other side is also 8 matches. Which again, it's technically just 8 stages. It's just seeing the different sides of it. So that kind of sucks. But whoever's playing Titanfall, the Expedition map pack just came out. It's $9 if you're not in the season pass. If you're in the season pass, it's free for you. It adds 3 more maps. I'm not too thrilled about it. It's just 3 maps for like $10. I don't understand that. But now you can actually rename your custom loadouts now. Because actually, believe it or not, you can't even do that when the game launched. You can't rename your loadouts or anything. Those really small little details that they just forgot to include in the game. They're patching it in. It's pretty cool. But aside from Titanfall, that's about it for me. I play a little bit of Hearthstone every now and then. What about you, Migs?
I played Guacamelee.
Oh!
What was that? On the flash sale, I believe?
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah, I bought it.
How much is it? How much was it in the flash sale?
I think the flash sale had everything, like all the games on their list for $5.
Oh, that's a good deal.
So I got Guacamelee. And if you buy the PS3 version, it gives you the Vita version as well. So it's a cross-buy.
That's a cross-buy, and then, well, anyway, how's the game overall, though? Before I ask for this function.
It's great, man. It controls really smoothly. The combat is essentially make your own combo, which is fun. And it has that Metroidvania aspect where you have to backtrack to certain areas once you get a certain power-up, like to break a certain wall or reach a platform you couldn't before.
For those who don't know this game, how do you best describe it? It's more like it's a platformer then. Obviously.
Yeah, it's more Metroid than it is Castlevania because of like there's no level up except for health and like stamina. Unlike Castlevania where you essentially just get you level up your strength, etc.
Mhm.
It's more Metroid where you have to where enemies are more of a threat than like in Castlevania,
Yeah.
and it's 2D side scrolling, vector based graphics, and it's super Mexican. Like everything to
From the enemies to the costumes to the music.
like
I'm
the
guessing?
enemies are skeletons who have like those big hats and a poncho.
Okay.
Like, the music is trumpets everywhere, man. Like it's really good, but I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit racist because it's a bit too Mexican.
Oh, see, you can't, if it's a Mexican game, then why not? It's Guacamole.
It's great. Like
Because
and
Mm.
there's a lot of like video game references and cameos in like their posters and wall arts in the background.
Yeah.
Like they have a poster of Mexican wrestlers like La Máscara versus Mega Hombre, and it's a dude wearing Majora's Mask from The Legend of Zelda,
No.
and a guy wearing Mega Man's helmet.
That's pretty awesome. Who
And
made
like-
this though?
Drinkbox Studios, I believe.
Hmm.
I hope
That's a
they're
cool reference though. They actually put Zelda and Mega Man.
Yeah, and there's more. Like there's you know how a wall has like falling bricks. In the background, you can see the bricks falling apart. They
Yeah.
draw out the shape of 8-bit Mega Man jumping and shooting.
Uh-huh.
And like there are some meme posters everywhere, like Grumpy Cat and Motivational Wolf.
Motivational wolf.
Yeah, it's those things. And like a few other cameos, like Destructoid. The Destructoid robot is one of the posters.
Hey, that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
It's great, and if you have a Vita, you can actually transfer your save data back and forth.
That's what I was about to ask actually when you mentioned it was on crossplay with Vita. So you can just like transfer your
Yeah, you
pretty much your
can.
play.
If you have a Vita and you want to take your save game on the go, you can just like transfer your save, because that's what Arlie did before, when he
Okay.
he platinumed the game. Like
Of course you did.
yeah, 'cause I think it came out on it went on sale
PS4?
before on Plus. I'm not sure if it's on PS4 yet.
It's on PS4. I'm not too sure if it's out already.
Yeah,
but it's out
it's
in
the
most
one with that
platforms.
stupid Street Fighter 2 trailer. And the
Oh, yeah.
weird, adjectives and stuff. But like
I think-
it's great, and you get most of the power-ups fairly early.
Is it a quick game? Because it's
I
you haven't
think
played
it's a
Strider.
short game, but like there's a lot of areas, because like
There's the map is like big enough for you to like, ooh, I want to go to this area and then just
yeah, because there are like warp stones. It's a giant face that talks to you. Then you go inside his mouth and it warps you to another statue. And
Okay.
what if you see how many of those like warp statues are? I just unlocked like 4 of them, and I think they're around maybe 10 or something. Probably more than 10. Like yeah, and it's really more Metroid, because you know how Samus becomes a morph ball to go through small areas. You become a chicken.
so there are specific skills that require you to move forward.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you get the double jump, you get a ground pound, you get a Shoryuken, and like
Very
they're all-
Metroid, like Strider in a sense.
Yeah,
That's-
and they're all color coordinated. Like the uppercut is a red attack, so it can break red blocks. So if you see a red block in the area, you know that you need,
that
power
skill
up,
will,
yeah.
okay.
and like you have a yellow one and a green one and a blue one, and you get a double jump. The only one I'm missing is the blue attack.
How many hours are you in so far?
We actually recorded the first hour and 30 minutes of 2-player mode.
Oh, it's 2-player.
Yeah,
Oh,
you control like an ancient female wrestler, and you have the exact same moves and life and stats. I think it actually gets easier with 2-player, because the combat doesn't seem to scale with 2-player mode. So the enemies have the same life. Yeah,
they just created a game and they just added another character. That's 2-player right off the bat.
and there are also costumes, and you can actually become the female wrestler. It doesn't affect the story. It's just a nice
just-
little thing.
A little add-on now
Yeah.
to explore.
So I'm gonna play more of it. I tried to stream it the other day, but the net wasn't being friendly.
This is the PS3 for Guacamole, right?
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
playing the
like,
PS3 version.
It looks like Guacamole is available on everything.
Yeah, I think it just came out on PC.
I think it came out on PC as well, and I think it's coming to
Yeah,
the
the
next
next gen version is the one that's coming out with the
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 opening trailer, like homage or something.
It reminds me a little bit of Shank, and like, yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Shank the animation. If you remember Shank the
it's
digital-
the Flash. It looks like a
Yeah.
Flash game.
Yeah, it looks like around the same art, and it looks really cool. I saw the trailer.
Yeah, and the controls are really smooth. Like it's super responsive.
And it came out last year actually.
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah, it's, Guacamelee out on pretty much all platforms. Next gen, I think coming. It says spring, but everything else that's non
It's
next
out
gen.
now. Yeah,
It's out. It's out, and
it's great.
Cool.
It's really good. It's super funny as well.
well, it's funny. Actually, flash sale. I saw Guacamelee for like every now and then for like $2, but I don't know why it never. And I was never pushed to press that buy button because like every now and then I see it in PC, like it's just for like $2 or in the Humble Bundle. But I think I'll try it because I enjoyed Strider a lot.
Oh yeah, this one is easier, but I believe you can unlock hard mode, which is enemies kill you in 3 hits maybe, but they're equally dumb.
I'm not so good at those like kill them in 1 hit kind of deals. Like have you tried the DMC
No,
one?
but like last bit about Guacamelee, because you have attack button which is square, and you have grapple attack. Like if you hit them enough, like on PS3, the
Yeah.
icon for the triangle button will appear over their head when they're in a stun state, and
Okay.
you can grab them and then you can choose where to throw them. Because like there was one side quest where you had to put chickens in a pen, so you had to beat up the
There's
chickens.
side quests?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like a few fetch quests maybe and like kill these things or something. And like
Right,
one of them
basics,
was you had to put the chickens in a pen. So you had to beat up the chickens and then throw them across the room. Cause like the pen is in the next area, like above a few stairs. So I have to throw them up into it. And there you aim like that. So you can set up a few things. Or you can throw, like we play 2-player, right? We could
Yeah.
throw the opponents towards each other and then like continuously grapple him until he died. Then you can purchase moves of like suplex or a pile driver, etc., which are essentially strong finishing moves.
Yeah.
And I think the longer the combo goes, the bigger reward you have. So it's best to save those as the ender.
Yeah, in normal difficulty, it's a fairly easy game. Because I remember when I was playing Strider on normal, it's
No,
pretty-
Strider
it's
on
pretty
normal
simple.
is really easy.
Yeah.
Then hard,
And-
suddenly everything's killing you in a few shots.
Yeah, then hard, then you have to you're worried about everything.
I
already.
heard Guacamelee will essentially be that with less projectiles.
Well, we're gonna jump into the news because Will is currently he has a phone call.
It's vanished.
Yeah, so we'll jump into the news, and when he comes back, we will ask what up for his week. But I want to jump on like really quick because it's coming out on the 27th, and I just want to mention it right away because I don't like the whole reaction towards it. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just how people were marketed for this game. But Watch Dogs is coming out on May 27th, and Ubisoft already has confirmed the final resolution FPS, which, mind you, is like 2 weeks before its release, which is I think weird enough because I've never heard of a game where they finally tell people that this is something P something FPS like a week or 2 weeks before release. But anyway, Watch Dogs is now officially for next gen at where is that?
It was like 792p or something weird.
900p for PS4
On 900p.
and 792p for Xbox One. Where the hell did the 2 come from?
I don't know. It's a weird resolution.
792p on Xbox One, and both the next gen console versions will be running at 30 FPS.
That sucks.
And does it really suck, or does it really matter?
I don't know.
I mean, like,
I expected more from next gen, but like,
is that because that's the reaction towards like when this announcement broke, and
no, that sucks.
You know.
But like, if the game is putting out a lot of like assets, maybe, then I would understand. Like, if the city is really bustling up, like how you imagined a real Chicago street would be, then that would be cool. Or like a lot of shiny looking cars
yeah,
on screen. But if it's like, subpar, open world looking, and it's running like this. That's going to be disappointing.
I'm actually really worried about Watch Dogs as much as like I was once really hyped for it, but because Ubisoft is not so transparent with Watch Dogs for some reason as it was progressing.
There must
even
be
last
good
year.
reason because like they kept this info for the longest time.
Yeah, but you know, like stuff like the talk about the story, the talk about multiplayer, how it officially will look out. Like we all got that just this year, and it was actually planned to be released last year.
Yep.
Remember? So I don't know what's going
It's
on.
getting
'cause, like,
more worrying by the
it's getting more worrying because like it was really planned to be a launch title for the PS4 and Xbox One, and then they pulled it out for obviously a
and apparently
good
it's still
reason.
not finished.
Well, it's now gone
I mean,
gold.
like at the time,
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
it was super unfinished.
So I have a huge feeling that Watch Dogs might crash and burn simply because of the company, Sony, or even Ubisoft itself is forcing this new IP out the door because it's a new IP. No one knows about it. It looks amazing. It's an amazing concept. It's been worked on for 5 years. That's what they say.
Really,
It's been worked on for 5 years, and not that much information about its specs on how it will finally come out, and only those kinds of information was just released like recently. So I don't know. I'm kind of worried, but I'm still gonna buy it though. I'll buy it in the PC, and
Which hopefully runs at 60 frames.
I think it does. I think it does. Hey, Will.
I'm sorry, guys.
I heard that laugh.
I had a phone call, and
Which is cool.
and my mother was there.
Godzilla was
We had to
attacking
talk-
Tokyo,
yeah,
and Will had
something
to
like
follow
that.
someone.
So I had to.
No, it's in the Philippines actually. It originated in the Philippines.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm back now, and I'm ready to discuss video games again.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just shitting
and
on
I-
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, like what you missed. I had a question for you about Titanfall, but screw it. We're now at Watch Dogs. Just to give Will a little recap, we've now mentioned the 900p resolution.
Yeah, I don't know why people are making such a huge huff about that. I mean,
They need to
Who
justify
cares?
the $400 they spent on a console.
I suppose
Yeah.
that's true, but remember, I don't think we're going to see really next gen resolutions until we're
Until
beyond
at
the
least
point.
year 2.
No, when we're beyond the point of cross-generational games, games that
Oh,
will no
yeah,
longer be
you're right.
released on PS3, Xbox 360, and Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah, because you're asking developers to dumb down.
I think that we'll only start seeing these nice resolutions. Yeah,
Once
once
games
these-
are purely next gen.
are purely next gen, correct? And even then, the thing is, you still need to create parity between Xbox One and PS4. So you have
Yeah,
to
we
cater
barely
towards
got- We barely
It'd be a
got
different story if, like, for example, it wasn't a PS3 game, it wasn't an Xbox 360, it wasn't coming out in those systems. It would be a completely different story.
But I think
'Cause, like,
even next gen cross-platform games, Xbox One, PS4 games, are still going to have to cater towards the lowest denominator, which in this case is the Xbox One being a less powerful machine, right?
Or the Wii U.
Or the Wii U.
what?
It's coming out. It's coming out in the Wii U as well. Well, not yet. They're still working
I
on
think
that
we'll
one.
only start seeing these huge resolutions for exclusive games, like
And
PS4
wouldn't it be
exclusives.
funny if on the Wii U it was 1080p at 60 frames per second?
Oh
On
god,
the
if it was the definitive version.
on the gamepad.
On the gamepad. It looks amazing on the gamepad, but everything else, no.
Oh, I'm excited for the Wii U version.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
I expect
Imagine,
great things.
it's 1080p. It's 60 frames per second, but it looks like shit. It's not that detailed. It looks really dumbed down. But it's 60 frames.
But it's 60 frames at 1080p.
It's 1080p. It's next gen. I mean, like, how do you really
Technically,
justify? I really don't understand how people justify 1080p and 60 frames per second as
I
next
can't
gen.
even see 1080p because my TVs are only up to 720p.
Oh,
I think my TV has 1080p, but I don't. Whatever.
no,
I don't really
that's
matter.
the thing when you're buying a TV. Make sure it says it's true HD. That's what it means when it's like a full 1080p.
No, true HD is 720.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Full HD is 1080p.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go.
So there's a difference with true and full.
Yeah, people can still lie to you on the box.
But yeah, that's I don't know, it's weird. And then Sony did a stupid thing where they were advertising Watch Dogs as PlayStation 4 as the definitive version to play
I doubt that.
This game.
It's only...
No, they advertised it. They said there that this game will run on the PS4 at 1080p.
Yeah, I remember
At 60
seeing
frames
that.
per second. There was an ad
They lied
on
to
their
us.
phone. They lied. And then after an hour, they took it out. But everybody had a copy of that image already, so.
No, but I think in any case, PC is always going to be the definitive version as far as...
Yeah, Tomb Raider had the weird hair before the definitive.
No,
one
exactly.
came
The
out.
definitive version of Tomb Raider was the PC, and then they had to release the definitive edition on console.
In which the PC
To add-
still looks better.
Yeah.
My point is that I don't like when they post that little advertising for the PlayStation 4 version. It just makes me again much more worried about Watch Dogs because Ubisoft is not talking to Sony and letting them know what it's really gonna come out as.
Yeah, like what you said, when every time they talk about Watch Dogs, it's usually something negative. You know it's bad when they can't even like PR bullshit their way through it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like you know how even really bad games can have really amazingly vague yet sounding hype PR messages. Like they can wrap around the fact that it's gonna be amazing, but they're not actually gonna talk about the system. They're just gonna talk about the concept forever
Which they kind of did
until the game comes out.
Yeah, which they kind of did because like I said a while ago to Miggy that the story, the multiplayer, all that other extra stuff was only mentioned this year. We never got any of that on the original release date. Again, like I said, which was last year.
And they're still being super vague about everything else.
Yeah, and because as much as I was so hyped about it because I like the concept, but as we're winding down, as there are more months coming down, I'm really worried about it now. Because right now, as much as instead of about the whole hacking thing, that's it. I mean, that's really what's gonna come out. It's an open world game with an amazing smartphone.
I guess.
That's what's gonna come out as. And speaking of smartphones, you heard about the news recently?
What? The Rio Lite came out?
No, how? No, I mean there's an app for Watch Dogs which lets you. It's a fake. Don't get excited about anything. But it's an app allowing your smartphone to control stuff in the game. As if you're actually hacking stuff on the game with your smartphone.
It's fake?
It's fake. People thought it was real. I mean, it was a hoax and everything. It's an amazing concept.
It sounds like something that could be real.
Yeah, but it's not. Ubisoft is not smart enough for that.
Well, you know how Beyond Two Souls had an iPad control scheme for your console.
For the second player, is it? That's
No. All the QuickTime events could be done on the iPad. For some reason, I never got to try it because I got rid of the game before I found out about the app.
Because the QuickTime events is so immersive.
It actually works better on the touchscreen because I saw a demo of it and the prompts made more sense on a touchscreen than it would on your controller, like how they're set up.
Actually, QTE does make more sense in general if it's not bad.
Because they can just draw. They can draw any kind of button they want or something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Watch Dogs. Whoever's super excited about it and expect next gen.
You know, I keep forgetting I pre-ordered that game. Just today, I was at Data Blitz.
You're planning to pre-order it again?
No, I was with Arlie, and he was talking about the collector's edition that he pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Because I thought he pre-ordered the one with the keyboard for PS4.
Oh yeah, there's a keyboard. There's a lot of.
He was talking about the touch screen on the side of the keyboard. And I actually thought he pre-ordered that, but apparently he got the statue one because they ran out of pre-orders for the keyboard. And then I told him, I forgot I pre-ordered this game again. Every time it gets brought up, I pre-ordered that game. When does it come out? Next week? Okay.
Speaking of pre-orders,
oh well.
I think have you seen the new Dragon Age Inquisition collector's edition?
Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, speaking of collector's edition, I can't say the most expensive collector's edition yet, but it's the most absurd one.
It's $170.
What does it come with?
What the hell is inside that?
It comes with lockpicks. I know that.
Real lockpicks?
That you can use for the game. You don't have.
You poke at your screen.
No, I don't think it's that, but it's a ridiculous collector's edition.
It's not a statue. It would make sense if it was a statue of
It comes in a collector's case, which is like a box, measures 3.5 by 7.5 by 11.5 inches, individually wrapped in fox reptile skin.
That's not all that big.
So that's where the money is. Okay.
And features the mark of the Inquisitor stamped in gold foil on the top. Ooh.
Well, that's why it's 170.
The interior is lined with red silk.
Then the actual item inside is just a bunch of pins.
No, then here, the bundle has a cloth map of Thetis, 72 card tarot deck with custom artwork,
Alright, that's cool.
Inquisitor full-scale 6-tool lockpick set, and a set of 4 full-scale map markers measuring 3. Map markers.
Why a lockbox?
Then you get an Inquisitor badge, a quilt, and ink pot. Oh my God, why?
A quilt.
Wow.
A quilt, a quill and ink pot.
An
a
ink
quilt.
pot.
The limited edition steelbook case, an Orlesian coin,
I'm gonna send a raven to Winterfell.
and a 40-page
and tell them I can't pick this box, yo.
and a 40-page Inquisitor's journal.
No, you're gonna
send
thank
Odor.
EA. You're gonna thank EA for sending your collector's edition through ink.
Yo,
Okay,
like your
and
DLC
of
is
course-
in the box. You
and
have to pick it.
Oh wait, there's still more. I'm not done.
There's
There's
still more.
It's $170, man. Let the man finish.
the deluxe edition contains DLC, the pre-order DLC called the Skyhold Throne, the Red Heart Hala, Bog Unicorn, and the Dragon Age Inquisition soundtrack. And then includes the Mighty Flames of the Inquisition gear and multi-class weapons, armor, and a mount. And yeah, so there you go.
Knowing EA, that's probably gonna be shit weapons.
No, but most likely, because I remember all the pre-order stuff for
The previous games.
the previous Dragon Age games were like replaced almost instantly.
Every single
the first
DLC
hour,
weapon is
you
replaced
replace
on
your
the first
gear.
hour. Every single time. That's why, like, I have my Dark Souls 2 weapon DLC, day one
DLC.
weapons. I didn't redeem it. I don't want help. I don't want things to be replaced after a day. I mean, and then save, and then using
but
space my
Dark Souls
PC.
is a Japanese game, so the DLC might make it too easy.
No. My point is, like, every single DLC weapon. I don't know why people are excited about it, but those things will be replaced after an hour.
Yeah.
And then
Most likely.
it's I've never seen a game. I don't know. Maybe Mass Effect 2 had an amazing weapon where it kind of lasted like halfway, but most of the time it's all shit.
Yeah.
I don't know,
The
excited.
only nice thing I remember, the DLC for Dragon Age, the first one, Origin, had some good storyline DLC. It had
It had the Golem
the
DLC.
Golem,
Yeah.
which I think was really supposed to be part of the main game, and they just chopped it off and made it DLC to be bastard.
It's most likely what it is because
Yeah.
I have a strong theory as to DLC. When they make a game, they only send out 80% in the game.
And
20% becomes DLC. Yeah.
Yeah.
They hold
It's the
it.
only way.
They hold it on purpose.
They hold it on purpose because there's no way where they make a game and then they think about DLC. Maybe now they're doing that now, but I'm sure that there are some games where they have 100% and then they just pick like maybe 10% or 5% for DLC, and then they'll just shape it up or package it in the point where this is your $5 package. Here you go.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think
It's possible.
I think EA is especially guilty of doing that.
Oh, EA is like the first pioneer in the whole DLC.
EA is guilty of everything.
Like the Mass Effect one, the day one, like I was like a huge fan of like Mass Effect.
The Zaid DLC was that?
Well, Mass Effect 2, yeah, the Zaid, but I was also a sucker for Mass Effect 3 because the first like the day one DLC is I bought it because I was so hyped for MA3. This is before the ending, by the way. The DLC was like you actually get to speak and have what's that race again? I forgot already. But it's one of those like ancient races. You get to actually control one as a crew member and actually.
The Prothean.
Yeah, like you're like the last remaining Prothean.
Yeah,
which I think that's huge.
That was
if anybody knows Mass Effect thing. So like I had to buy it, so I bought it. But I'm sure that was like part of the whole game to begin because that's too big.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned it, that guy had like the most interesting dialogue too.
That's why it was well worth the money. But I still spent technically more than $60 to play the game because I don't know. As a Mass Effect fan, that's so hard to miss. Like I can't skip that.
Yeah,
Like,
it sounds like an important piece of like Mass Effect lore.
Yeah. Which fuck you, EA. Like, it's still $5, I think, or $9. I remember I bought a card when I bought Mass Effect 3. I actually bought a card as well because I wanted to buy that together. But yeah, let's like shift gears for a bit. Yep.
Wait,
Watch
what about
Dogs.
Will's games of the week?
Oh yeah, before we move on to more news, like you wanna play catch up, Will?
Oh, my game. The thing is, I haven't really been playing a lot this week. I haven't played much at all. I watched Godzilla, and I was thinking, you know what? I don't know. No, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it did make me want to like go back and play like
Play all the old games.
the old Wii Godzilla Brawler, Godzilla Unleashed.
Or even like the GameCube one, because that was also like a weird fighting game.
Yeah, there were like 3, I think. There was Godzilla Unleashed, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, and then Godzilla Melee. Yeah,
for the Xbox, I think.
The old Xbox,
Yeah.
Xbox, PS2 and GameCube. And then the Wii got Godzilla Unleashed, which
was really good.
Which was good because it had everyone in it except
everyone.
I think they didn't have King Kong because they couldn't get the rights from Universal or whoever. Even though
EA?
No, not EA. Like whoever owns the King Kong
I don't know.
thing. But that was
Maybe Universal.
Yeah, because he did fight King Kong at one point. So
I think he fought like the Transformers in one of the comics. He fought everyone.
He fought Ultraman.
That's a given.
That's a good. No, but the movie is so amazing though, to a point that I think we should. Like, is there like an Xbox 360 or PS3?
Sadly, no. There's no. Like I haven't heard about any Godzilla 2014 games.
Oh really? Not even like an iOS tie-in
like
game?
3 years ago, 4 years ago, like I don't know, somewhere like.
It's like I hope
in
the
previous
the guys who did the Pacific Rim game. I hope they make one.
I'm sure
Like, even if it's the older Godzilla monsters, but they include the new 2014 monster as a character.
The Muto.
And the Mutos as well. Like that would be nice.
Oh
But
man,
sadly,
You
we don't.
really want specifically the guys who did the Pacific Rim fighting
Dude, that
game?
game is. I swear, the game is fun. It's like the Godzilla fighting games, except with Gypsy Danger.
you watched Pacific Rim, right, Will?
Yes, of course. Who
Okay.
hasn't watched it?
My brother,
People
apparently.
who hate life.
There are people who haven't watched Pacific Rim. I've watched it more than 5.
Dude, I have the theme song in my iPod. I always get hyped when every time I play it.
No, but we should do a Let's Play if we can find any kind of like the latest, like maybe the latest Godzilla.
I should buy the Pacific Rim game.
We should Let's Play that.
Yeah, and I have a Wii.
Godzilla
so
movie is amazing. I love it.
I have a Wii, so I can probably get my hands on a copy of Unleashed.
Yeah, or something like that.
Do you have to unlock the characters though?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
I'm sure there's like a cheat code or anything.
Do Game Shark still exist?
I think it
Is
does.
that a thing?
It's still a thing.
You can probably get a save game online anyway.
Yeah, that's a thing now. Like, screw with making your own save. Just download the save.
Yeah.
I did that for
Anyway,
Final
It would be
Fantasy
cool to
VII.
have a next-gen Godzilla game. Like,
I get it.
I mean, the Earth
Yes,
Defense
you play
Force.
as Heisenberg.
Well,
Heisenberg.
the Earth Defense Force games are pretty fun as it is. So I wouldn't even mind something which would have you playing the humans against two
Something that
monsters
big.
duking it out. Yeah.
That would be a fun mission. Like
Would it be
you have to do something while the two monsters are just doing shit in
Yeah.
the background.
Exactly.
Achievement, get stomped by Godzilla.
But because one thing I think a lot of these Godzilla games to date have not been able to get is the sense of scale. Right? Like even in Godzilla in the fighting games, like you don't get the sense that these are huge lumbering. Well, you do kind of because they move a bit. They're a bit slow to move.
They send like helicopters around you to mess with you, and aliens.
It's funny though. I'm sure like in Godzilla's view, the helicopter actually flies. I mean,
I think there was a Godzilla game on the Dreamcast where like helicopters and tanks would shoot you, but the helicopters look really big in comparison to
There's
Godzilla.
one kaiju game that I don't think.
Well, when it comes to the movie though, I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but since we're talking about scale and scope, I think they really nailed that because you can.
Yeah, apparently this is
shots.
the biggest Godzilla out of all of them in terms of scale.
I mean, like even the whole lore. I mean,
Yeah. In terms of lore, this is the biggest Godzilla.
Oh
out
my
of,
god!
like, I think as soon as the movie got announced and they started showing off the Godzilla designs, there was a chart that compared him to all the
Old
Japanese
Godzilla.
ones, including the 1998 American movie. And like the
They just-
1998 one is really short compared to a lot of the other Godzillas.
Because that's a lot of short. That's just a horrible movie. Even I don't like watching it.
It's not that bad, but it's
It's
a bad
kinda
Godzilla
bad.
movie.
It's a bad
It
Godzilla,
got
but
bad when he started pooping eggs in the mall.
Yeah, that was.
hey, if you want it, where else could he do it? Anyway, that's pretty interesting though. It's the biggest one. Well, it did look big. Like there's one
It was
shot
huge.
to explain the scope or the size of Godzilla. Oh my god, I don't know. It's an amazing film.
And he ate
Whoever
a lot of
hasn't
Big
watched
Macs
it-
and had those giant thighs.
Oh, them thighs, man. Them Chun-Li, them Chun-Li thighs.
Godzilla lightning legs.
Godzilla and Chun-Li combined.
Well,
That's
I
what
mean,
got.
you gotta be pretty big. I mean, with that size, you need thighs like that to support all that weight.
Support all that weight.
I'm gonna call this podcast Godzilla plus Chun-Li thighs. That's what I'm gonna do.
Godzilla lightning legs.
Like Godzilla lightning legs. You wanna go back to the news? Let's shift gears again.
Yeah. Let's do that. Or hell, even an Ultraman game would be kind of cool. I mean, it's
I would like bank on just an Ultraman game. I just want to be bigger than buildings. I just want to control something that's bigger than
Cardboard
buildings. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I got out of the
Wasn't there
Godzilla.
like a Ultraman show where all the other old Ultramen were there, like all the old
Yeah.
actors?
That was a film, actually. That
It was a series, I believe. Like
was
now,
it?
there's a new one. Yeah, where like,
I know Ultraman, but I don't know that much.
I know the
Like,
movie you're talking about, but like there's a new series where all the old actors for the Ultraman shows before are there, helping the new hero, who's like young and
But
stupid.
you know, there seems to be a trend now with a lot of these Japanese
They're
like
crossing over everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a new Shider coming out also. I
Shider's
don't
back,
think-
yo. There was
don't know about that.
there was a like see Gavan, the Silver Shider.
Yeah.
He had a crossover with the pirate Power Rangers, the Power Rangers that transformed to all the other Rangers.
Oh wow.
And like, he's really old and stuff, but he's there doing all this transformation poses and shit.
well, anyway, let's go back to video games.
Go back to America.
Let's go back to America. Quick announcement for Darksider fans.
It's still
That's
alive.
It's not dead.
It's
Still
not dead.
alive.
Thankfully, there
There's
was
still two more horsemen that they haven't made a game of.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, based on lore, technically, yeah. But in terms of development,
things
the now owners of the Darksiders franchise, which is Nordic Games, officially confirmed that they're not killing the franchise. It will move forward, but
And
they
I'm-
have nothing to show. I mean,
I'm so happy to hear that though, because I think Darksiders is one of my favorite new IPs.
yeah,
of
me as
last
well,
year.
for sure. And it's sad to hear THQ's bankruptcy and then all these other franchises let
Oh
go.
yeah, that was a THQ thing. I forgot.
Yeah, that's the reason why it became
I
became
totally
Limbo for the long
forgot.
time. Like I shit you not, like the Red Faction series.
It didn't seem like a THQ game, kasi. Like when you compare it to all their other games, which is like a bunch of wrestling games and shit. then you have like Darksiders, like whoa. Right?
Darksiders was amazing, and then
Yeah.
they
No, but
kind of
like,
they upped
It's
the
a stark
ante
contrast to
with-
all the other THQ games they had.
Yeah, but what's just weird about it is when THQ was selling all their properties to other companies.
No one wanted to get
Nobody
Darksiders.
No one wanted Darksiders.
Darksiders?
Yeah,
It's
Crytek
cheaper.
was the only. It's a shame. It's a big shame. That's why everybody's like, "Oh my god!" Like we thought that Darksiders was the game that would be picked up right off the bat when it's for sale, but
Yeah.
no.
No, it
Yeah,
was,
and
it was
didn't those games do fairly well?
It
Like even
did.
Yeah, it did.
As
but
far as I know, but
I don't know.
the hot sellers were the wrestling franchise. I think that got picked up relatively quickly.
No, that's a big seller because that's every year.
Yeah. The
for
wrestling
sure.
and the MMA, the UFC.
signs of quality.
And I think I'm not too sure.
Hello?
Oh my god, is that my app?
I guess so.
It's like when you
Spit up.
call the Miis together on the Wii console.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. When you call your
You hit the whistle button.
not the Miis,
They all line up and shit.
your
Those little
Pikmin.
ninja
Yeah,
stars.
Yeah, the Pikmin like line up and then they all line up. Yeah, that's my app. My bad. I should have.
I thought my 3DS was on or something.
Metro Last Light was picked up so fast. Like,
Oh, really? Wow.
it got picked up by Deep Silver.
Because first-person shooters, man.
No, I mean,
It's
like,
Russia, man.
Deep Silver, the owners of Dead Island, picked up Metro Last Light and, Saints Row.
Oh,
They
yeah,
picked
they
up-
did pick up Saints Row.
That's the reason why we had 4 right off the, that's why the reason
Yeah,
why
that's
4
still came
similar.
out.
Yeah, it looks actually similar. Like, they
But,
don't really
you
do
know,
much
because
about-
4 was supposed to be DLC for 3.
Yeah,
And they said, like,
the-
let's just make it a new game.
so them, which is
And
actually a good
add
game.
much more
Yeah,
shit. It
yeah.
was a good move.
It's a good move, but it's still, it still boggles me that no one, like, right off the bat picked up Darksiders and then, like, because it's a great franchise, and, like, I think the only one besides Nordic Game that was interested in Darksiders was Crytek, and that would be pretty interesting to look at, like, having Crytek, like, holding on to the Darksider franchise and seeing what they could do.
Yeah,
Imagine Darksiders in
would have
Crytek.
really nice grass. And that
Yeah, and really nice textures.
and weird bow physics
And then it'll be in first person.
in the future.
And then there.
Well, but I mean, again, at the end of the day, like, Darksiders is not dead, so we can still get to see.
Yay.
Yeah, this bit of news is not saying that there's footage or anything.
And I
Just telling you that it's alive.
I do recall seeing a poster somewhere at some point which showed all 4 horsemen, and one of them is a girl. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
saw that.
I know one of the like even I think before like during the development of Darksiders 2, they already mentioned that one of the horsemen is a girl. I
Yeah,
forget which.
like
Aren't they based on like comic book characters?
no, they're based off the 4 horsemen.
Something like that? Yeah, but like wasn't that like a comic or something before?
No, it's a completely new lore, I guess. Will
Yeah.
Is that?
It's original lore. The artist who did the work though is the same guy who does all the art for like World of Warcraft and if you look at Darksiders art, it's got a very World of Warcraft
Yeah, like
feel to it,
the
right?
armor on war and like death in general looks like a World of Warcraft character. That's cool though.
But anyway, yes, for those fans of Darksiders, it's still alive. We have no tentative, like just nothing to show. There's
Yeah,
no
it's
date.
better news than what Shenmue has. 'cause
It's better news. It's better news than what
Nobody
Shenmue
owns
has.
Shenmue.
It's better news than what Last Guardian has. It's better news than
Last
whatever.
Guardian has no news.
Last Guardian has no news. I don't even think it has a Twitter account. Does Last Guardian have a Twitter account?
Maybe it does. Who knows? It's lost somewhere.
Moving on. Dota 2. The international is happening again. Well, it's a yearly thing. But what's interesting about this one is the fact that the prize pool is 5.5 million.
US
huge.
dollars.
Yeah, that's big. For esports, that's huge.
That's bigger than the movie that came out.
That's bigger than the movie that was talking about how 1 million was so big.
1 million was
like
a big
very
deal,
big.
and now it's like 5.5.
Yeah, now it's like maybe next year we'll see billions. I don't know.
All about the paper. Esports is a thing.
It's crazy, but back me up here, Will. But this is actually like a donation based on the community in a sense. This is-
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there was an initial prize pot that Valve set up, but then they were soliciting donations from the community, and basically what would happen is, if you had Dota, you could buy skins, I guess, or
Yeah.
certain things like that, and then all that would be
The proceeds would go to the pot.
to the pot, yeah, and then you'd get your name somewhere as well as like a contributor or something like that. So
Oh, that's cool. It's like
people really
Kickstarter.
bought into that. Yeah, and I think they even might have done Team Fortress hats for that or stuff like that. You know how Valve is with
Yeah.
their saleable things.
Yeah, but that's cool though because you get something back for what you give.
I don't know. Valve is doing all the right things.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
They're
Because
so
this- it's-
deceptively good. I love it.
It's amazing because yes, get donations from the community.
Get this virtual thing that doesn't exist.
Let the community let the community build up the hype and build the prize pool, and thus supporting all esports competitors. Because from 1 million now at 2014, now we're at 5.5.
That's a big difference.
That's a big difference. And I'm checking out this article from Destructoid. Yes, they put an initial prize pot for the tournament. Valve did, and
Does it say how much
4 mil.
the
Nearly
Valve?
4 mil. I didn't
Nearly 4
mention.
mil.
Nearly 4 mil was from the community alone.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And here, if the winning team gets 50% of the prize pool, as they did last year, each player on that team will instantly go to the top of the global esports earning table overall.
Wow.
Crazy.
Just by whoever's going to win, they'll be instantly in the top.
So if the players
that's
are
the-
25, they can retire when they're 26, because their reflexes will start dying out.
What are you sour about that?
I just think it's really
Sounds
funny
sour.
every time.
You know, it's esports legit when people are putting a cap on how, like, if you're past 26, you're kind of old already. You know, we're
you're
legit
old,
when we have a
man.
cap already. So consider that as a positive thing. They're putting caps already into your age.
It's not easy to be an esports man.
No,
Uh,
I think it's even worse in the FGC. I think,
Where they're all above 26.
are they? I don't know. Like, I
Most of the guys we know are like old, or at least past that now.
Yeah, and are they still playing? Like, I mean, or are they, have they
Some
all?
of them are, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think
Even-
Arturo is. That guy still plays, but he's like he's like 30 plus already, right?
Yeah,
He's
but-
our age.
Guys, believe it or not, this is with this Dota 2 the community's donation, and well, mind you, like what Will said, like each compendium that you buy is like I saw the price now, it's $2.50.
That's a lot of $2.50.
That's a lot of $2.50. They're not done. The news that I got for this was at 5.5. Now they're at 5.6. They're still
Oh
going.
my god,
It's not done. They have stretch goals.
that might be one
And if you
number, but that's
reach-
a lot of money.
Yeah, there's stretch goals. Like if you reach this much, they'll be adding new stuff to the game. Like if you if you hit the 2 million mark, there'll be loading screen treasure. Grants 3 treasures that contain loading screens. Extra treasures available as rewards based on compendium level. Like there's like rewards if they increase a stretch goal. I mean if the price pool goes higher and higher. Like and like when they hit 5.5, the new goal was to grant new environment effects in the Dota map. And then as they hit the 6 million mark, which is the next one, they'll get base customization. Grants an item that allows compendium owners to customize a building in their base. So the owners of this compendium item, they can actually customize the
So
game.
it's purely cosmetics.
It's cosmetics, but you're getting
That
something.
is so smart.
It's building. It's still you're getting something.
Why can't Capcom be this smart when
I
it
don't
comes
know.
to
It's amazing.
costumes?
Like you're getting rewarded. You're getting rewarded for donating, and you know that donations going straight to the esports community, and it's just complete. It's an amazing circle that they've created, to be honest.
That's really
And
good.
it's not done. I'm not too sure when this is going to end. I kind of feel like I want to buy a freaking two dot.
It's making you want to spend the money. That's how
It's
good
making
it
you
is.
want to give them. Yeah, it makes you want to give them 80 pesos.
I want to make my building in the shape of a giant dick and stuff. So I'm gonna spend these like $100 on cosmetics.
It's just $2.50. It's like seriously, it's just like cheap change. Like it's like only 80 pesos.
How many times can a person buy this thing?
It's an item, and then you know how Steam has like an inventory system and all that crap. So I think you can buy more than one. I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it's not
much of
just
a-
one purchase per person.
No. You can. I'm sure Valve does not restrict like how many times you can donate. But yeah, that's amazing. Dota 2 is. I don't know. I think it's really big. As like maybe 2-3 years down the line, we're gonna see
Valve should handle all the DLC for Capcom.
for fighting games.
Yeah.
Valve should just create a fighting game and go head like toe to toe against Capcom.
Fighting game with what kind? The TF cast?
The TF2 cast.
Heavy versus.
The heavy's like a grappler.
Well, it'd be like heavy versus like Ellis or something, or
Make anything. I don't know, but you. I don't know. Like
Who knows?
or the
We
street.
have one in the works already. Half-Life 3 is a fighting game.
oh god.
But yeah, there's a lot more we want to talk about, but you want to give a quick break first before anything? We'll just,
Or
Sure, quick break then.
second
gonna
half
drink
will
the
be
water.
all Microsoft. Like we have, like there's a huge
Microsoft
like move
stuff.
they did, which kind of makes me think that they're just giving in. But anyway, we'll talk about it in a bit.
got
Thanks
their
for
heads
shooting
out of their asses
in. Yeah.
slowly.
Again. Thanks for shooting in. We'll be back in just literally seconds. So
Yep.
see you guys.
Bye bye.
We're back.
We're back. And we're ready to discuss.
What was that? Was that Mickey?
Yeah, it was. It's being stupid because I like.
Was that what-
I'm just hyped.
We're back. Second half.
Yo, before we talk about Microsoft, I got a little local thing. I want to
Okay,
mention
fine.
now.
It's about
It's
to
a
say
dumb
it.
thing. Because we were talking about TF2 diba, and how Valve is really smart with all their shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When was it? The other day, Friday? Right.
The other day.
Yeah,
okay,
Friday.
That's right. Yeah. It's a Sunday. Yeah.
Data Blitz just got a wave of NECA Team Fortress 2 figures.
Okay.
Friday afternoon.
So yeah, you bought the heavy, right?
Yeah, I bought a figure
I
of
saw
the
you
Heavy.
bought the heavy. Yeah.
But here's my story. Because they posted that on Facebook it says 5:20 p.m.
Okay.
And like the price was TBA, as you know, Data Blitz, they like the TBA.
They like them
The
TVs.
to be announced prices, yo. So
They
like,
never get it. Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I that heavy figure looks really good, so I'm gonna get that. I looked up a few reviews online, a few pictures, and one video. I got dressed. I went to Data Blitz at Mega Mall, which is like maybe 5 to 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I got there around 6 something, and the price was still TBA in the shop. Like they had
But
them
they-
on the counter, and they were like counting them up for their stock. It was like, I'm gonna get the heavy. Magkano yan? Wala pang presyo, sir. Hintayin nyo muna.
But it's online. Like,
I know, but like, you get to the shop, it's still TBA, yo.
I don't understand. I really don't understand how
They should
they
get
announce it.
And like the post on Facebook said, available today at Data Blitz.
Yeah, today, and they're saved by the fact that it could be later today the price, but
Get
it's
the
already
price
here.
first before they do any of that.
I've never seen, well, every now and then, but
Practice.
Data Blitz always release something like, it's out, but to be announced how much it's going to
It's
cost
out,
you.
but you can't buy it yet. Oh. You can buy it today, but we're not going to tell you when.
I remember I was actually checking the Mortal Kombat in Data Blitz in Green Hills, and I'm about to pick it up, and I'm like, I was also in the same position as you, like, sir, wala pa yung price. And then they got a call.
Sir,
Like,
may
I
price
was-
na.
No, teka lang, sir. And then they're picking up the prices already. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Why can't I go sabay with the
I
package?
know,
mean,
or
I
at
don't
least
understand.
they announce it's out when they get the price.
Yeah, because like it's stupid. Like, because you have like people going to the stores like, you said it's available. Wala pa yun.
And
It's-
you get
it's
a
stupid.
stock update like near the end of the day at 5:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, they don't really care what people.
Right.
They don't really care about what their customers go through anyway.
Yeah,
That's
they,
what
they
Data
don't
Blitz
understand the meaning of embargo too. So
They really don't. If you went to our
But
previous
that's the
episodes,
thing.
they really don't.
I'm planning to do like a photo shoot, a sexy photo shoot of the figure.
Sexy photo shoot of the fat
Of
guy
the
with-
heavy, yeah, it looks
yeah.
really good. It looks really good. So
I kind of want
anyway.
to get all of them now, so I can just make little poses and
yeah,
and
it's
have
like
them fight.
they have 2 of each color. So on the red side, it's the heavy and soldier,
Mm.
and on the blue side, they have pyro
The
and
pyro and the demo.
demo man. Yeah.
Is the pyro in conjunction with medic? I mean, you have it together, or
No, it's just the pyro with his flamethrower.
oh, that sucks because the medic's always with the pyro.
Or the heavy.
The heavy.
No,
is
well,
a
it's
Gatling
mostly
gun.
more of the pyro.
I don't know if they have all the characters because the back shows just the CGI models of the classes, so I don't know. And I saw
Yeah.
online, I think there's a red versions of the pyro and demo. So I don't know why they only have the colors that we mentioned. But yeah, they look really nice. They're priced at 1,495 or some 1,500.
Oh, I was actually expecting you to say to be announced, but
Yeah, but I got it, so it's not to be announced anymore. It's at 1,500. NECA figures are usually at $900, but
I thought you picked up the heavy and then you just gave them an IOU and then just pay you.
I gave him a
Price.
post-it that says IOU.
Yeah, you're like, I'll pay when you know the price.
So, the figures are 1,500. The accessories look big, fairly big. So I think that makes up for the price. Because most NECA figures at 900 like have a little dinky accessory.
Data Blitz has a lot of like junk. now.
You get
I mean,
a lot of random things.
yeah, like not junk as in like horrible junk. More like junk meaning a table, like a board game, a figure, a mouse pad.
A mouse, a USB hub.
Yeah, or a USB hub, or a USB that has a DMC
Something
figure.
that's
I don't
not
know.
game related.
No, that has a little bit of a game related, a little bit.
But like they have some odd items out that are not
There's a
game.
little bit of connection.
They have Donkey Kong Jenga, man. I mean,
Dude, they have Mavis Bacon teaches you typing for PC.
that still exists.
Yes,
You need that. You very much need that. Oh, I need that.
we all need that.
I'm
Number
horrible
munching.
at typing. Yeah.
That's local news.
Let's go to a huge
Microsoft
announcement.
thing, and a good
Microsoft.
announcement overall.
It's a good announcement, but it's just, I don't know. I consider it as them like giving in, because it's just,
Nah.
I think it's them giving in, because like they're literally kicking Kinect out of the stage. That's what they're doing.
No, I expected this. but
Well,
like,
what's the
just- yeah,
what's
say
the
it first.
announcement first of all?
Yeah, first of all, the announcement is Microsoft has announced that you can now purchase Xbox One without the Kinect,
Kinect
at
free.
priced at $399, which is now in
Yay.
par with the PS4. And yes, you have no Kinect.
So much
and-
for Kinect being required
That's great.
in every
too,
home.
because frankly, I think so far we haven't seen any game take advantage of the Kinect in any meaningful way at
Yeah,
all
which
on Xbox
is
One.
reason why, like, in the good side, my point is in the good side, yes, it's $100 cheaper. We don't like the Kinect. We don't want the Kinect in our system.
It's a
We
good
get
piece
to
of
get the
hardware,
system.
but it sucks.
Yeah, and we don't. It sucks. There's no games.
No game.
But on the other side, they have an amazing technology. I don't know why they bothered to pack it together when they knew there's nothing to support it, and there's not a big enough community.
I think they just wanted to justify this technology that they spent so much making. But then again, yeah, there's no games to support it, so what's the point?
I'm sure that whoever has an Xbox One is using the Kinect just to turn on the Xbox One. I'm sure that's the only thing.
I also think it's because like Microsoft's just spent so much money developing that technology, and
Exactly.
it hasn't been paying off.
So they're just we
They're
need to pay
forcing
off.
it on you.
They're forcing it into the package because hey, we got to recoup our costs, guys. Like just throw it in there and say it's required.
Yeah, and now their announcement is that you can now buy Xbox One with the Kinect. It's now $399. It'll be out sometime in June.
Mm.
I mean, this is differently them reacting on what's going on in their first half of 2014 with the Xbox One compared to PlayStation 4, because PlayStation 4 is currently top in sales 4 months in a row against the Xbox One. As much as people would not want to go through the whole console war, there's a big reason that has a big role on why they made this kind of decision. Just as why they had a big decision on like reverting the DRM features way back before Xbox One was released. Like it's them reacting.
Have you actually
It's not going their
have
way.
you actually talked or had anyone say like, oh, the Kinect has made my Xbox One experience a better thing? Like, because I know
No.
there's a couple cool things you can do with it. Like you could just tell it like turn on,
Yeah, have you seen how people?
Or you can shout in like Call of Duty and says Xbox One turn off.
No, have
some-
you seen those YouTube videos of how people like make things around the Kinect technology? Like he made essentially AR. Like you know how the 3DS has those AR cards, or like the iPhone has those things, and when you rotate the card, it rotates the 3D image on the card, right?
Hmm.
There's a guy who essentially made that with 2 Kinects or 3 Kinects around his room. He had like a little dinosaur on his shoulder jumping around, and it could turn and stuff. And
See,
I
how come
think
people are figuring out how to do
Yeah,
stuff
and
with
I
Kinect and
think-
Microsoft is not?
I think now like the latest one is a guy with 3 Kinects, like one for every side of the room, and an Oculus Rift, digitally image his whole body into whatever he was working on his computer. It looked really
Okay.
cool, but like, see, it's really good tech, but there are just no games for it.
No, I think Kinect is being used for different means now instead of just it
It's
being
meant to
on what it's
spy
supposed
on
to be.
you, and if you want Doritos.
No, they're like people like they're using the Kinect for I don't know, like technologies of like for people who are blind, or like they're using it for different means. It's not anymore for gaming. It's just another tool for other means or other avenues. they're not using it for what it was made for, which is another controller for gaming. Because for example, with Kinect 2 when it came out, I don't know what are we missing if we buy the Xbox One now without the Kinect?
Without the Kinect,
what exactly are we missing?
Voice command.
Fighter within. I don't know.
Voice commands and the fighter within, which got absolutely horrid reviews, right?
Like Wii Fit, Xbox 360.
Is there a
Xbox
Wii Fit
One?
already for Xbox One?
Oh yeah,
I think there's
there
a
was
Wii.
something similar to that.
Or like a Wii
A
Fit?
They
Wii
use
Fit-ish.
like real trainers or some from UFC.
Oh yeah, like the UFC trainer thingy.
The Zuma
Yeah.
Fitness crap. Yeah, like I think that's all.
Just
all you're
Dance
missing.
4.
Okay, the dancing games are one thing that would require the Kinect, but that's actually the only game I've seen really take good advantage of it.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't justify the $100 increase
Yeah.
on your console.
$100 dance.
Frankly,
machine.
I think they should just bundle Kinect with the dancing game as it is. I mean, might as well give them a game that really works well with it.
I don't know. I guess they're just look at Sony. They actually have the same thing. They have those little voice command features, but it's separate. Like you can just if you want that kind of feature, if you really want it, you buy the PlayStation Eye. You really spend money for it, and then you'll get it.
Yeah, but
like-
the difference is the microphones on the PS camera are shit compared to the Kinect.
No, I know. When it comes to those two, like the Kinect's way better. But I'm saying that the option is there, whereas it's forced on you on the Xbox One.
Not
They could have
anymore.
Not anymore. I'm talking about
But
before.
before it was forced.
Why can't customers would love you when you just give them choice right off the bat now? Here you go. Here's Xbox One. If you want Kinect, here it is too. Instead of forcing it on.
What makes this new announcement a bit, bittersweet is they marketed the Kinect 2 as being a requirement for the Xbox One.
Yeah, they really forced it.
This
Even in
this
features.
begs a question also. Like now that Microsoft has taken this step, do you think Nintendo should follow suit with the Wii U? Because one of the major complaints has also been that the gamepad doesn't seem necessary for a lot of the stuff.
I don't know. I don't think it's I would like to play Super Mario while I'm in the bathroom taking a dump on my gamepad.
Okay.
I don't know. Well,
That's the best use for it. Play Mario while you're taking a dump.
well, we're gonna go back. If we're gonna mention Nintendo, we're gonna go back to the point that Nintendo's a really old Japanese
They're
company.
traditional. They don't
They're very
even know.
traditional. Because Microsoft, obviously, they're reacting based on what's going on.
Choice freedom nandato.
Because if Nintendo was somewhat similar, if they did the same thing as Microsoft, would they do 180 to improve sales? I don't know. I don't think it will make a difference, really. To be honest.
And I don't think you can even turn on the Wii U without the gamepad. Because that's where all the icons are. Like when you boot up a game and stuff.
Because honestly, if you compare the Xbox One with the Wii U, the Wii U's gamepad, it's not like it's useless. It's there.
Yeah,
it's not
it has
bothering you.
uses. And
Yeah, but Xbox One, it's more expensive, and there's for what the Xbox One is, which is a gaming console, 10% of the time will use it just to turn it on, just to
Yeah, at least the
change.
Wii U gamepad has a default feature where you press the button and your game goes to your gamepad screen.
Yeah.
Like that. That's a default feature. If the gamepad doesn't have any gimmicks for the said game, at least it has that. While the Kinect, if it doesn't have a Kinect feature for your game, it has nothing.
That's true. That is
It only
true.
spies on you for Obama.
And like what you said, like most of the games right now don't really fully utilize it unless you want to dance. You're not really missing much.
Yeah.
And it's a big move. It's a surprising move 'cause I think that they'd actually save that for E3. It's weird. It's because here. This week is mostly Microsoft because it's a big hurrah. Because now I'm eyeing on the Xbox One 'cause it looks pretty interesting. 'Cause I like how Sunset Overdrive is coming out.
Yeah, Killer Instinct's really good.
Killer Instinct looks
It's
amazing.
really good.
Dead Rising 3 is pretty good as well. The Forza series, I've always
Forza
wanted to
looks
try it
really
out.
nice, yeah.
Xbox One, it looks pretty nice with this announcement right now. And my question is now, what do they have for E3, which is literally 3 weeks away? They announce this kind of news. It really sounds like something that they announced in E3. Like, what are they planning
Yeah,
for?
if they
all
announce
games?
it now, they must have something else planned for E3. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's something really big and important.
Hopefully it's
the
all
Kinect.
games. Hopefully it's all games. Hopefully it's all games, and maybe they can
Or
give a...
something to justify the Kinect.
No, yeah, that's what they also have to do as well, because if they're like, because I really think that they're just kicking Kinect out of the center stage, and that's good for everybody, but it's also bad because they invested in that technology. So hopefully we'll see something like, okay, it's like on the sidelines really, but what can we expect if we have like the people who already own the Kinect 2.0, what can they do with it in the future? Because we still have like, what, 5 million, 6 million people with the Kinect 2.0 still. They can't really negate those people, so they have to support them as well.
Mm.
And they also, even in the UI, are they supposed to change the UI if you don't have a Kinect? Or they're gonna just...
No, I mean, the thing is that I think you can just use your controller and it'd work just as
you
fine.
can use a controller
okay.
completely.
No, and another big news, like I'm mentioning again with E3, because they're like prematurely announcing these really big announcements. They announced that, and they also announced Halo 5 Guardians. They announced that, so I guess they're gonna show gameplay footage. So with this kind of announcement, plus Halo 5 having an official title, and then it being released next year, I guess we're gonna see literally all gameplay footage, all games. Because it looks like that's what they're just taking out all those little big announcements out the window and just go straight up to gameplay, straight up to quality. So you like would want to spend $400 on this console.
Yeah, I hope they have something planned for the Kinect, because like maybe it's a thing where they announce that you can buy the Xbox One without the Kinect, but here's a reason why you would want to get the 400 one. Like that's what I mean.
The 500 one.
Yeah, the 500. I'm assuming that that's what they have in, like planned. I hope
that sounds actually right, because I hope they kind of like right now it just looks like they're like abandoning Kinect, but I hope that they have something planned for it, because they have to cater to the people already who have Kinect 2.0. What about you, Will? Are you kind of like interested now in the Xbox One, because you were actually eyeing on that one?
I am, and it doesn't really change my opinion one way or the other. I mean, great, I can get it for cheaper now, but I already had like kind of an idea that I wanted to get one even before this announcement was passing through, right? So
it just made it even better.
It's just even
it made it easier.
And exactly. And now that like if something comes along in the future that says it's like amazing on the Kinect, then at least
At least you have
At least you have the option.
There's an option now. It's not like it's forced onto me, right? So I feel a lot better about that.
You must love the Kinect. Love it.
That's what Microsoft always been doing. Like, love it,
love
please.
Love it while they're shoving it down your throat. Literally.
Yeah, they're just shouting at you, love it. I don't even have a Kinect for my 360. It's a lonesome 360 with a Gears of War sticker on it. That's what my 360 is about. That's pretty exciting.
I still have my Halo 360, so that's still,
the first time I saw that, I thought it was the Star Wars R2-D2 one.
Yeah,
that's what I thought it was at the start, but it wasn't. Damn it.
But actually, I kind of like the new, like the 360 model that came after this one, like the one that looks like a small Xbox One.
It looks better than the Super Slim.
I actually like how that Xbox 360 looks.
That's true. I have the slim version. It's okay. I'm happy with it. It's very rusty now. That's rusty in the edges. Final thoughts on the Microsoft price point?
I think it's a good move. I hope. I'm glad at least to see Microsoft is willing to listen to the customers. They came up with a fucked up idea to begin with, but at least they were open enough to say, hey, we screwed up.
Yeah, but Microsoft's really ballsy though. Like they'll risk shit.
It's kind of a psychological thing too. Like it's like, here, we're gonna give you something that's really a bad value for money. Of course people are gonna complain, right? So when they make it might still be a bad value for money, but if they make it slightly better, people will not complain, and it's weird.
Oh, like they'll trick the threshold of how bad a thing is.
Yeah. Not to say that the Xbox One is a bad value for money. I mean, there's some great games on that thing, so I don't feel it is a bad value for money, but definitely the Kinect itself was not worth the asking price it is.
I really hope it doesn't just like disappear compared to just like how Sony's 3D glasses feature, like the whole play my game in 3D.
Yeah, you remember
Are
how
they
Sony
still
made
releasing-
their own TVs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good lord, wow. No one bought those things, did they?
No one bought it.
I don't know.
Like, you wanna get TVs that give you headaches? Come on.
Oh, dude.
But I think
people-
aren't there still some games right now with 3D capability on the PlayStation 3? Like
I'm sure Last of Us is 3D compatible. Stuff like that.
Like I know
The exclusives, I'm sure.
I think the only game that was built for 3D was Puppeteer, but I don't know.
Uncharted 3 was.
Uncharted 3 was as well.
Because when Uncharted 3 was when its first ever demo was displayed at E3, everybody wore 3D glasses. I remember that everybody had to wear 3D glasses. And when I was watching the presentation live, I was like, I'm sure they're having a headache right now because they're watching Drake going through a set piece, right, in 3D. That's gonna be hectic for the guys.
Didn't Gran
I
Turismo
remember.
5 also have a 3D feature?
Oh,
And, like,
yeah.
I think one of the features, if you also had the Sony 3D TV, was that if you split screen and you're in 3D mode, only the player on the respective screen would see. Like, you would only see your half of the screen if you had the 3D on, or something like that.
Well, anyway, moving back, yeah, that's awesome move.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about Steam for a bit if we haven't covered that yet.
Oh, go ahead. Microsoft, that's awesome. Steam, what's up with Steam?
We got a news bit from Gamasutra.com that there have been more games released on Steam so far this year than there have been games released on Steam for the entirety of 2013, which is mainly being attributed to early access games and Steam Greenlight.
Green lights,
So
yep.
that's pretty crazy actually when you think about it. Like just
That's
how
a
many
lot of
games
green
are-
lights.
That's Steam is now officially has become the official hub for indies
for
in
Yeah.
my head.
for PC gaming in general. If you ask me, like
Yeah.
I honestly think it's a matter of time before it'll be interesting to see when Watch Dogs comes out on PC if it's going to be a Uplay game or a Steamworks game.
It's gonna be a Uplay game. Ubisoft loves their things.
Well,
Too much.
nobody else does.
Nobody else does. But that's crazy though.
No,
Like,
but see, the thing is, remember, I bought South Park, which is a Ubisoft game on PC, and it was a Steam game. It wasn't.
it's
the,
not a Ubisoft
It wasn't
IP.
a Uplay game. Yeah. What do you mean? It's published by Ubisoft.
It's published, but it's not their property.
Not their property. Yeah.
It's not their property.
Um,
But yeah, that's pretty awesome because we're only like what the
It's-
first half of
I think-
2014.
yeah, but I think it's a double-edged sword because we might get to the point also where like it becomes like the Apple Store where there's just so much shit floating around in there and it becomes difficult to find the good stuff. So, in my opinion, I think Steam needs to curate their library a little bit and not just let anything
Give us an amazing filter system.
Yeah, not just let anything go in. Like right now, Greenlight is supposed to be the community filtering out the shit they want and the shit they don't want. But it's like there's no penalty for just saying yes to everything and seeing what the good stuff is, right? And then that's
Yeah, so it's kind of hard. Like it's true though. Like if you have a game and they have a huge backing, as much as it's a horrible game, if you make the community vote for that game, it'll go up.
yeah.
In a sense, as much as it's a horrible game, but it's not based on if it's a good game or not. It's based on I'm supporting this person or this group.
Mm.
We're gonna press yes on this, and then it's greenlit. You know what I mean?
I
That's a possibility.
I actually don't think it's such a big problem as long as it doesn't affect my ability to find games that I want to play. So
Yeah.
in that sense, the other solution is apart from better curation of what gets put on Steam is also just a better way to search for games, like having maybe like tailor suggestions depending on what I've previously have purchased or what my friends have purchased, stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they can make it a little bit more tailored to you, it wouldn't be as hard to find the games that interest you without necessarily limiting the amount of titles on Steam, right? Even
Is it coming out as a like not much more of an exclusive feature, or it's just getting bigger?
I think it's just becoming a bigger thing, right? Like, it seems like Steam is now the easiest and most efficient way for an indie developer to get their game exposed to the world. Because before you'd have to hunt for a publisher, you'd have to make your presentations and do all this dealing and stuff. And with Steam now, it seems like it seems like as long as I have a game and I can write a quick spiel about it and show off something, I can put it up there on Greenlight, and people can vote for it. And if I get enough votes, then there you go, right?
It actually,
It's better exposure.
It's just an easier way to get your game out there, I think.
Yep.
At the end of the day, and that's what makes it what's so appealing to indies to put.
this bit of news actually gives a really amazing point that publishers in the future will struggle because you don't really need a publisher anymore. You can be independent as much as you want.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of
actually,
games dishing out amazing gameplay compared to like AAA titles, right?
But at the same time, we also have so much shit out there.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like, for example, when Flappy Birds got super famous, suddenly we have all those Flappy Bird games coming out in the App Store because they want that fame. There will always be shit like that will follow in some great viral game that will come out, like some hype.
For sure, there'll be probably like a bunch of dumb
Clone games.
or like Call of Duty wannabe games, like okay.
It's just how the system works. Like when Call of Duty was famous, there were tons of first-person shooters. As much as people would hate Call of Duty is the reason why there's a lot of FPS games.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Yeah, it's not only because we had like what Halo, we had Call of Duty, FPS just blew up. Just
Halo
like back
brought
in
FPSs to consoles, while Call of Duty made it mainstream.
and then look, now we have yearly things. It's not anymore sports games. They get a lot of sales out of it. Now we have like AAA titles like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty again. Now doing a yearly thing, and it becomes a trend. And then people follow suit, just like in indie games. Like if there's one big thing happening, they'll also follow suit.
Like most indie games have that stupid retro design.
Yeah,
It's getting kind of old.
Greenlit is being pretty awesome right now, so everybody now is on Greenlit. Early access. Everybody's just dumping their game, even though it's not fucking done.
Yeah, play your game pre-alpha, for $10.
Greenlit is an amazing, but I think early access is complete shit. It's like I hate early access.
It's a double-edged
sword. I think
it is.
It's just, I think if you want to pay money to be part of an alpha, then fine. That's your prerogative, right?
I know, but like I really feel as like, for example, DayZ, it's gonna crash and burn, but they sold millions of sales already. Like it's I don't know, it's weird. Like you have millions of sales, but it might crash and burn. It might not be a great game overall. But then again, it has a community. I don't know. It's very weird.
That's the risk
different.
you take, though. I mean,
the developer has no idea what's going on. I think at this point. Like,
I think what the risk is there is not so much to the consumer. I think the consumer is given enough warning to say, "Yo, you're buying an alpha. Your game is going to be buggy as shit. It's not going to be complete, and you're going to get that." But for the developer, it might be tempting to say, "Yo, I've got like 1 million sales already, and I don't have to finish this game. I'll just go do something else now, or something like that, right?" Like there's that. I feel that the risk is more. There's more temptation on the side of the developer to just do a crappy job in finishing up their game, rather than really putting in 100% effort. If their early access is successful. Does that make sense? Hello?
Hello? Sorry. I muted my mic by accident.
Has there ever been a case like that where the developer just like off his alpha fame? Yeah.
No, not yet, because this is still so early, and that this phenomenon of early alpha access is still quite new. But
like, if anything, all this pre-alpha hype would motivate the developer into doing a better job.
Yeah,
or
that's true. But what if you have like a thing like DayZ has been early access for a long time now, if you think about it. So, how long can they really extend that pre-alpha thing? Right? I don't know.
I don't know. Minecraft was in alpha for a long time.
That's true.
And it did get big while it was in alpha.
I think Minecraft is what actually spawned this whole...
Yeah, this new trend is probably from Minecraft. And that was before Greenlight, right?
I have no idea. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. It was before Greenlight.
Yeah, it has to be like before Greenlight. But I don't know. Greenlight. Well, early access. It's my
Indie
kind
games
of
are cool. That's it.
Yeah. Is that it? I think I have to cut this episode from here.
Yeah,
Is there anything?
I think we got most of it covered. I think that was we still got next week to talk about a few more things, but we're running short on time.
Last bit. I just
Mm.
want to mention this. Japan is getting Left 4 Dead 2
On the arcade,
in
right?
their arcades. Yeah.
It looks like Left 4 Dead 2. I saw it.
Yeah,
already.
but like they're gonna replace the character models and voice actors with like anime girls, schoolgirls, and stuff.
I saw it.
And
But
have you seen the control scheme?
No,
No.
I saw a trailer though.
It's an arcade cabinet, right? But it won't have keyboard and mouse. But it will have a mouse. But how you'll do movement is it's what looks to be a Wii nunchuck with like an analog stick and maybe some trigger buttons.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's enough probably for Left 4 Dead. Because
Hey,
like a
Left 4
mouse
Dead-
is most
more
of the
Left 4 Dead.
controls will be on the mouse.
More Left 4 Dead's always good. So
Yeah, and I hope we get the character models as DLC for the regular version. It's like they're gonna have new voice acting, new lines, and everything. And hey, schoolgirls, can't go wrong with that.
can't go wrong with that. I don't think there's a release date for that one. I don't think so.
I don't know, it's in Japan.
It is in Japan. We'll just show up.
That's a
and
funny
just get
thing that they're
Yeah,
getting
let's just
white games.
it. Yeah. This is the second week of May. I think it's gonna be more of like a E3 thing now.
Yeah,
As we-
moving
like
forward,
next
we'll be
week,
talking
so-
more about E3, sorry.
No.
The week after next, we're gonna be talking about Watch Doge.
Or Watch Dogs. Yeah.
What
Watch
game's
Doge.
coming out, and we're all gonna get it.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna. Are you? Will, are you getting it?
Yes, I have pre-ordered it.
I didn't pre-order it, but I don't think people will be buying the PC version, so I don't.
Probably, yeah.
I have, well, I pre-ordered the PC version, but I think, yeah, a lot of people are going to be buying their fucking giant collector's editions.
Hey man, if you
So-
pre-ordered it, you get a shirt and a hat and a poster. It's gonna immerse you even more, yo. I'm getting hacked in my shirt. Ah!
Yeah, so we're gonna talk. We're definitely gonna talk about Watch Dogs next week.
Next week, right?
No.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
next week.
No, next week. Next week will definitely be E3 because that will be
Pre-
a week
pre-
before pre-E3
E3.
talk. Thanks for listening in, though. We have an episode every single week.
Tuesdays.
If you want to check every Tuesday morning, if you want to hear of our previous episodes of the TMG podcast, do check out our website, www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with the number 2. Subscribe, because if you want to get updated right off the bat.
If you're from the other side of the world, you'll get it on Monday. Because we're in
Yes.
the future. GMT plus 8.
If you're in the Philippines, we will get a new episode around 9 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday, if I'm not lazy.
10 on the Facebook page.
Yeah, subscribe if you want to get updated for the next episode.
Hell yeah.
Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Check out Mickey's TMG blog YouTube channel. He has, I don't know, I'll just say it. He has videos every single
I'm
day.
finally
Yeah.
starting the video editing on something, and I got footage for another thing.
For another thing.
Yeah, two or three more other things.
Ooh, do check out the whole Magus video.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I-
watch that. 'Cause
Do
nobody
check
else
out the
played
Magus
that.
video, yeah.
Yeah.
Magus.
You
It's,
understand.
it's pronounced Magus.
I'm sticking with Magus. Stick with Magus. Stick
Stupid
it.
girl character called him Magus.
Mages.
He's a mage and the us.
I think that's it. Am I missing anything?
Subscribe to us on iTunes. We're there.
I already said that.
Give
But
us a
yeah,
review. We like that.
give us if
Rate-
you have any
Rate, comment,
questions.
subscribe.
Yeah, but if you have any questions or concerns or any topics you want us to tackle, just email us at thetmgpodcast@gmail.com. We love questions. I think we do.
We do.
Even if they're negative, send them.
Yeah, if you say screw you, we don't like
I'll
you.
cry in the corner, but I'll still read it.
I'll go to the corner and give you a tissue.
And I'll cut myself.
That's a bit too much. Anyway, thanks for listening in.
See you guys.
Next week,
Bye. Episode
32?
33. This is 32.
Episode- 33
33
sorry.
is next week.
33 is next week, yes. So, see ya.
See you guys.
Bye.